Okay, where are we at? Saber Herd. I don't want that on there. Hey, get me back.
Good evening from Union City, Tennessee. For tonight, the Athenians will be taking on the Dyersburg Ball Club from Tennessee, and we have had a little bit of a rain delay. We had actually been scheduled originally for later in the evening, and then it was earlier, and now we're ready to go anyway at this particular time. Along with a crew here, I have over to my right, Michael Smith, and be on the camera this evening, and Justin Duggart keeping us on air, and a broadcast partner, Mike Schubert. This is Dan Welliver, ready to play baseball. We'll give you the starting lineups here in just a little bit. The Athenians come into this ball game 1-0 this season, having won 4-1 over Pike High School out of Indianapolis. And 2 days later, we're down here in western Tennessee, ready to play tournament baseball. And the Athenians are looking at an opportunity here to play actually 3 ball games prior to the championship round. And indeed, hopefully, we will qualify for that championship round, which would bring 2 more ball games, those being on Saturday. So here is the schedule after playing this Dyersburg Ball Club this evening. Tomorrow at 1 o'clock Crawfordsville time, we're scheduled to play Waukegan, Illinois, and that will be followed very shortly by a 2:30 ball game against Union City, Tennessee. So that will complete the round play, and then we'll see what happens on the schedule for Saturday, which we'll have to give you at a later time. We'll take a quick look here at the starting lineup for the Athenians. Leading off and playing shortstop for the Athenians is Trent Johnson. He'll be followed by Caden Jones, who is the pitcher tonight for the Athenians. Batting in the third slot is Peyton Abney, playing second base. Chase Dow will be at third this evening. He's hitting in the cleanup position. Josh Blackburn hitting in the fifth position, playing center field. Brendan Dow at third base, hitting sixth. Hitting seventh is Cale Wonderland. He is the DH for Ethan Perriman, and Ethan, of course, is catching. Will Kellerman is playing right field and batting eighth, and batting ninth is the third baseman, Carson Scott. And we'll give you that Dyersburg lineup in just 1 minute. Looking out here, we see that the Athenians have gone to the dugout. They're in the on the right field side, the first base dugout, and that means they're going to be the visiting ball club in this game.
And I want to say something to you about those today. We did have a JV game last night. We did a header last night, and we didn't play very well last night. We had the first game was 10-1.
Yeah, the JV ball club had a lot of trouble with both pitching and scoring runs.
Then the second game, we was playing right off bat, and we just lost. Good game. We played well last night.
We lost the game for Crawfordsville. Shortstop number 8, Trent Johnson.
I don't have that.
The second game, we went off by 7-2.
Okay, ready to go. The first pitch in to Trent Johnson, a breaking ball. He swings and misses. Infield at normal depth. Michael Smith on the camera there, so hopefully he's showing you exactly what there is out there. Here's a little pop-up second baseman back to the outfield grass and easily brings that one in for out number 1. So 1 down for the Athenians, and that'll bring up tonight's pitcher, Mr. Caden Jones, number 27.
I got this. Something's not right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They got 9 and they got a DH. Okay.
Count evens now at 1 ball, 1 strike. I hope you're getting a good picture and you can hear us this evening. We have had a test acknowledgement that we are on. And okay, here's a little pop out toward left field. The left fielder in and has it for out number 2. So a couple of pop-ups here to start the top half of the first inning. That brings up the second baseman, Peyton Abney. First pitch taken outside. Mike, how you doing on that scoreboard?
Hey, we're getting it now. We got everything going.
Okay.
We got Peyton's up. Yeah, we got 2 outs.
2 balls, no strike. Peyton Abney looking to be the first Athenian runner here this evening. Here's the pitch, and this was taken ball 3. Ball really didn't look too bad, but Athenians get that call, so 3-0. Here's a 3-0 way wide, so Peyton on down to first base with 2 down. And that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Chase Dowell. Chase playing first base this evening. Coach Schwartz down third base. He's looking into the sun. Coach well over down to first base with his back to the sun. And we do have sun after quite a bit of rain, Mike.
Yeah, it's nice to see, isn't it?
Here's a pitch, and this was taken for a strike on the inside corner.
A few hours ago, all we saw was those dark clouds.
A lot of wind, and we still have quite a bit of wind. The wind blowing out left field, left center field. Here's the next pitch down and away, and the count evens 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner at first with 2 down. Lost their scoreboard temporarily. There it comes back. Long pause this time. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. The other. Oh, he's got. There's a ground ball to the right of the shortstop. He dives, knocks it down, but that's all he's going to be able to do with it. Now here's a runner going to third as the third baseman had gone too far to his left. Good running out there by Abney, seeing third base vacated. Pitcher did not get over and cover, and so Athenians get the benefit of an extra base there on that play. So first and third now with 2 down, and that will bring up Josh Blackburn, the center fielder. So a chance now for the Athenians to put some runs on the board here in the top half of the first inning. Here's the pitch into the dirt, ball 1. Yes, a bright, sunshiny afternoon, evening. We are on slow time down here, so back home we know that you've had some weather there too, and probably been a little more exciting than some people would like back home there. But hopefully you've been able to get with us here and enjoy this Athenian baseball. 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch. This is taken inside. 3 balls, no strikes. Josh Blackburn looking to continue this Athenian first inning. Short lead at first. Here's the pitch. This one's in there for a strike. Just kind of laid that one in there, and a young man obviously needing a strike got one. So 3 balls and a strike. Short lead still at first base, so I don't think we're going anyplace there. He's going. What did I say? Swung on a miss ball, fouled away. So we got a pretty good break without really a big lead, but nonetheless got a good break there. But ball fouled off. So the count goes full, 3-2 here, and the runner will be in motion now at first base. Here's the pitch, and this is taken outside, ball 4. So on down to first base goes Blackburn, and the Athenians have them loaded. We'll bring up Brendan Dowell. Brendan playing third base tonight. Brendan, normally a very aggressive hitter, so we'll see what he does with this situation. Here's the first pitch up high, ball 1. This is, Mike, you really hate to jump on aggressiveness, but once in a while with Brendan, you kind of have to back him off a little bit because he is so aggressive, he tends to go out of the zone a little bit from time to time. But a good hitter nonetheless.
We'll be looking for a good pitch to drive.
Base hit should score 2. Here's a pitch. This is taken for a strike. It looked like a little breaker there, kind of more of a slurve than a curve maybe.
Yeah.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down. Sacks packed here in the top of the first. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Not sure. That ball got underneath the hands there as Brendan swung at a pitch that might have got the inside corner. So he's behind in the count, 1-2. Here's a pitch. This is taken outside. Good job. He had his body leaning out over that plate, hanging in there. 2-2. Deuces wild here. Pitch on the way. Line through to center field. That one's going to score 1 run. And Coach Rhodes has to hold the next runner up as, we got a ball loose, and now we got a run down. We're going to score a run, but we're going to get tagged out as Blackburn got out there in no man's land. But nonetheless, in the process, Chase Dow was able to come on in and score run number 2 for the Athenians here in the first half of inning number 1. So at the end of that half inning, it's 2 runs for the Athenians on 2 hits, and they left only 1 runner on. Well, Mike, a little better start than we had Tuesday night.
Yes, it is. Tuesday night we struggled to get on the board, but it was early, first game, so it was nice to get started here early tonight.
This is the pitcher.
Gunner.
What's that first name?
Gunner.
Gunner.
My bad.
That's all right.
E-R, Gunner.
Okay. That's okay.
Yeah, some of these guys I couldn't read.
Yeah, we get into that.
Yeah,
well, Mike and I just discussed the fact that, all the coaches, I don't think they taught handwriting, when they...
Right, yeah.
Some of it is, I guess the more educated you get, the worse handwriting is. After all, Mike, did you ever try to read a doctor's signature?
Right.
I mean, okay. Well, anyway.
On here that I could not read. We'll try to get through it, though.
Okay. All right, well, why don't you run down through that lineup for us right now before they come to bat?
Okay, leading off, we've got Connor Green, followed by DJ Swift. And then it's one that's a little tough. It looked like...
I believe it's Hayden.
Hayden Smith. Parker Ray next, batting cleanup. Tabor Hurt, followed by Hunter Rose. And Landry, I believe it was Borders. That was another
okay.
one that was tough to read. That he's the DH. And I believe Quentin Smith. And last would be Gunnar Hopkins. This
name may be Swift. Can Can you check on that for us? You still got that? Okay. Swift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that was right here, number 42. Swift.
Yeah. Okay, well, leading off is number 1, and that's Connor Greer. He's the center fielder for the Dyersburg Ball Club. Big lefty Caden Smith fires the first one in there for a strike. Here's a pitch, check swing, and he held up in time. They checked, but no call. 1 ball, 1 strike. Brendan Dow kind of creeping in a little bit at third base onto the grass. Pitch taken for a strike, fastball, inside corner. Wind seems to be blowing just a little more right to left than it was when we started the ball game, actually. Here's the pitch. This one's taken down. Ball gets away from Ethan there, but no damage done. Brendan down now back at a normal position at third base. Normal all the way around. And the 2-2 now. Pitch is taken outside. Well documented. Caden Jones has got good stuff, and when he can get the ball around the plate, he's going to be very effective. His only enemy really has been control. He's ground ball to second. Ball taken easily on to first base by Abney. So 1 away, and boy, there, Mike, you missed that. Trent Johnson just about got hit with a baseball, but he got blinded by the sun as to throwing the ball around the infield. He looked toward the right side there, and he didn't get a glove on that ball.
Yeah, that sun is right in their eyes over there.
Yep.
Getting them shades down there where they belong.
So there's 1 down now, and that'll bring up DJ Swift. He's the shortstop. Here's a fastball right down the middle. I'm sure the coaching staff glad to see him get ahead on the count like that. That certainly gives the pitcher the leverage most of the time. The next pitch sails high. Count even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Next pitch by Jones on the outside corner just above the knees. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 3:30 down both lines. Here's a pitch, and this ball's nubbed, foul. Count. I believe the count is 1-2. Anyway, we've got... I would say we got 2 strikes. I would say anyway. Ground ball to third, over Dow on to Dow. That's Brendan to chase. Out number 2. That'd be 5-3 in your scorebook. So 2 down here quickly for Dyersburg. That'll bring up the number 3 hitter, Hayden Smith, and he is the third baseman. Ball swung on and popped. First baseman chased down, and after playing the wind, or did the wind play him? Nonetheless, Chase did a good job to stay with it, made the catch for out number 3. So we're in the bottom half of the first inning for Dyersburg. They had no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. At the end of 1 full, it's your Athenians 2 and Dyersburg 0. Well, Mike, that was a good first inning. Let's keep it up. You know, we didn't. We had to struggle a lot more on that Tuesday night to get to the leverage position there.
Yes, we did. What was it, the 4th inning?
4th inning, yes.
Now we're going to go.
4th inning, and it was really scratch. Because we got a little bit of scratch going there in the first inning with the base running situation. We'll take it. Really nice looking ballpark here, and very nice stands. Not terrifically large setting, but accommodating quite a few fans, and they're all very comfortable and well-positioned seating, so that everybody can see well, which is not always the case, as we know. And so, nice looking ballpark down here at Union City, Tennessee.
Yeah, it's a big park. 330 down the line. We got 365 in the alley and 385 straight away.
We had a shaving
nice
line
park.
on the top of the grade to tell them don't worry about it. It's the game. Okay.
What now?
We had a shaving on the list, on the highlight.
Oh.
Tell them just the park.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're seeing a note about this being a JV game, obviously this is a varsity game, so not sure what you're seeing there, but if that's the case, we understand, you can understand that this indeed is a varsity ball game. Well, there's a ball and 2 balls and no strike as Cale Wendland has stepped in. He is indeed in the DH spot this evening. Here's a pitch taken for a strike. Well, I believe Cale had a first hit Tuesday night, as a matter of fact.
Got the first hit of the season. Yes, he did.
2 balls, 1 strike. Here's a pitch taken down. So Cale ahead on the count, 3-1 now. Check pitcher's name. I got it right. Carson Scott delivers the pitch, and that's in there for a strike, so the count goes full. We do not have a full roster on this Dyersburg team, so we're sometimes, here's a ground ball to short. He's got the big hop on the first base, and that'll be 1 down. 1 away for the Athenians here in the top half of the second. That'll bring up Will Caliban, our second left-hander in this lineup. We have not kept the pitch count here tonight, Mike. You and I, neither one. That's okay. That's okay.
Get on that.
I was going to say we did do that in the first game. We won it. Here's a strike, and the count evens 1-1. And part of it just to kind of keep the fans in tune with the fact we do have new pitching rules this year, right. and I will run through those again. I'm not sure whether he made up his mind really what he wanted to do. That time he did a little chop swing there at the end. Anyway, Will's got good speed, likes to get the ball in play. Here's a pitch taken outside, so the count evens at 2-2. Yeah, Will, a very good bunter, very good slapper. Can get down the line. Here's a line drive right at the third baseman, and unfortunately, Mike, the sun didn't get in his eyes. Yeah. So 2 down for the Athenians. That brings up the left fielder, Carson Scott. Carson, the third left-hander here in the lineup. Carson again, very good wheels. The bottom of this order can run, Mike.
Yes, they can.
Here's a pitch taken away. I don't know whether I made it all the way around the field. I'll try to do that again with that. The outfield depths.
Yeah.
I think I stopped in the middle. We'll get that in a second. Here's a pitch taken outside. Yeah, down the lines it's 330, left and right. Power alley's 365, and straightaway center field 385. And again, Michael Smith is showing you that on the camera. Here's a pitch taken for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Again, Carson Smith, Carson Scott, the pitcher for Dyersburg. Here's a bunt attempt going foul. I still need to look at that. Ground ball, shortstop fumbles. That is going to be way too late. That young man, as we said, can really get down the line. I think I called the batter's name a minute ago instead of the pitcher. That was Gunnar Smelly's last name. Just H-O-P. Yeah, okay. So Gunnar Hopkins has to throw some extra pitches here because his defense let him down a little bit there. Here's a pitch, and this one hits Trent. Trent, the leadoff hitter, popped out his first at bat, but he is on base now with 2 down, and that will bring up our Athenian pitcher this evening, number 27, Caden Jones. Caden with a lot of power. Here's a pitch. This is taken down.
Caden Jones went for 2 last week Monday.
Yeah, Caden also popped up his first at bat. Here's a pitch, and this is taken away. 2 balls, no strikes. Runners lead away from first and second. 2 outs. Top half of the second inning. This one's taken inside. So Hopkins a pitch away from loading the bases once again. Athenians loaded her up in the top half of the first and were able to plate 2. And the pause and the pitch, and now it's in there for a strike, so he gets the old automatic, but that was legit. 3-1. Next one's outside, so Caden on down, and I misspoke a minute ago. I think I said loaded bases. I meant to say you had a chance to load them up again. But anyway, they are loaded with 2 outs.
Peyton Andy coming up.
Pitch taken down.
Last week Peyton went for 2 last Monday.
Here's the pitch. This was taken for a strike, and the count evens at 1-1. Edgar, we can't count those last Monday.
I know.
Here's a pitch. This is popped high in the air to left field. Left fielder camping under it. Wind's blowing a little, backed him off, but he hung with it and made the catch. So, we lost our. Hope we're back. Yeah. In the inning for the Athenians, there were no runs and no hits, but we did have the bases loaded. And so at the end of 1.5, your Athenians 2 and Dryersburg 0. So a little threat there, Mike, but couldn't get the timely hit that time. But we got one in the first inning. We're up there, and kids are getting on base. We keep getting on base. We're going to play some more, that's for sure.
Right. That's right. Confidence is going to be there now. They went through the lineup once, scored a couple, loaded them up again, so everybody keep moving.
Shadows, and again, I'm sure you can see this with camera positioning, but shadows are just about to cover the entire infield now and the right field area over towards center field, but kind of our shortstop and the left fielder, center fielder still standing in the sunlight. We only mention those things because things like wind and sun can cause a lot of havoc on a baseball diamond.
Yes, it can. You never know when they're going to come and how bad it's going to be.
And so can a sloppy field. And we do have puddles down the right field line. I don't see any down the left field line, but still in play, but close to the fence. And we do have a lot of foul ground territory here, Mike. A lot of room for the guys to range and get the ball on a pop foul.
We're going to have catcher Parker Ray leading off their half of the second.
Okay, right-handed hitter. Here's the ball taken to center field, over and under. Good job out there as Blackburn read that very well and got over and made a fairly easy catch out of it for out number one. And when you talk about pitch count, those kinds of pitchers love.
Exactly, yeah. No. That ball got out there pretty quick, too.
Yes, it did. Yeah, young man squared it up pretty good, really. Okay, who we got here?
We have got Tabor Hurt.
First baseman. Pops it. That's going to be tough. We're not going to have a play. That ball got over Dowell's head at third base, and Trent was able to get over and get it in the glove, but by then there's no chance to make a play. So the first base runner of the night for Dyersburg with one down.
And we have Hunter Rose, second baseman.
All right. Lefty, see if he holds that runner close here. Here's the pitch. One's the ball. Maybe a little up, I'm not sure. Next pitch is right there on the outside corner. Count even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Trent Johnson shading his eyes out there at shortstop. Here's a pitch. Swung on ground ball to second. This might be over to second, out, or in the first. And the twin killing. Well done out there. Very, very good play as it goes 4-6-3. Abney to Johnson to Dowell. And that'll end the second inning. So in the bottom half of the second, the Dyersburg Ball Club did come up with their first base hit. And actually, looking at, I forgot to record earlier the fact that they did have an error earlier in the ball game. But anyway, the Athenians lead it after 2 by a score of 2-0. Well, Mike, let me look at a couple of things here. On the pitching rule that and this, by the way, is not exactly the same rule observed down here in Tennessee by these players, but the rule we have for varsity pitchers in Indiana is if we pitch from 101 to 120 pitches, then that player must rest 4 full days. 81 to 100 days is 3 full days of rest. 61 to 80 is 2 days of rest. And then 36 to 61 day of rest. If I don't throw more than 35 pitches, then I can come right back the next day. So anyway.
And that's brand new this year, right?
Or for that matter, if I was a doubleheader, I could pitch again in the next ball game.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. So changes the game a little bit. Makes pitchers have to be really stingy with the balls there. First pitch taken by Chase Dowell is a ball. Gunnar Hopkins on for his 3rd inning of work for Dyersburg. Here's a pitch taken down once again. 2 balls, no strikes. And we're fast losing all the sunlight now.
Yep, you're right.
Here's the 2-0. This one's taken for a strike.
Yeah, Trent and Brendan are probably glad of that over there on the left-hand side. That was pretty bad there the first couple innings.
Yep. Here's the next pitch for a strike. Looked like he took a little something off of that pitch. Had Chase kind of stepping out a little bit quick on that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This pitch swung on and fouled back to the screen. 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up for the Athenians this inning. Here's a pitch. Ground ball to short on the first base. This ball gets away. It rolls right through the mud puddle over there. And on down to second base is Chase Dow. So second error by the Dyersburg Ball Club. They allowed a run or an error in the first inning to lead to some runs for the Athenians there. So leadoff runner on, and we've got Blackburn coming into the plate. What did Josh do the first time, Mike?
Josh walked his first time out.
He's the one that got caught in the rundown to end the inning.
Yes.
Here's a pitch taken down as Blackburn squared on that one and then pulled back out of it. I think he was strictly taking on that pitch.
Sure he was, yeah.
Pause on the pitch. This one he pulls away from and it's called strike. It did look to be a little bit inside, but maybe the umpire didn't like him leaning over the plate that much.
Something there. Pitcher moved a little bit in there, didn't he?
1 ball, 1 strike. Here's a pitch. This one over the helmet. 2-1. Chase Dow leading away from second base. Shortstop sliding in behind a little bit there. Here's the pitch. This one's outside. 3 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch that's down and away. So a free pass there for Josh Blackburn, and that'll put runners at first and second now. Coach Froge runs through a couple of signals there, and we got Brendan Dow stepping in.
Got to hit his first time out.
Yeah, good line drive hit past the second baseman. Runner's going here. Double steals on, and the catcher just keeps the ball. They're way too big a jump. I got no chance. Wise choice by the catcher that time. So now runners at second and third as that pitch is taken for a strike. Well, no balls at a strike. Nobody down here in the top of the third. Here's the pitch, and this one's taken off the corner. 1-1. Coach Welver doing a little coaching from the first base coaching box rather than watch his runners. We'll have to get on him, Mike.
Yeah, we'll let him know.
Here's the pitch. Swung on the foul. Well, he's still responsible for that guy at second base, the last I knew.
Yes, last I knew he was, yes.
That ball's...
We're good now?
Yeah, I think we're back. We do have a little short here, so every once in a while we fade out. Here's a pitch taken away, and that count evens at 2-2. Good job by Brendan Dowell, not fishing for that 2-strike pitch, which was off the plate. This one swung on. It'll be fouled and out of play. First baseman gives it a good try, and he ends up with a very wet baseball over there. That'll go out of play. So Brendan Dow stays alive there. That pitch appeared to be maybe a little bit outside, Mike. But
I think he was trying to take it down the right side.
Here's the ball swung on, and he's going to foul one the other way this time. So the count remains 2-2. Umpire signaling, I need some baseballs to the dugout over here. I understand that our only entry fee in this tournament, Mike, believe it or not, what I understood was a dozen baseballs. So that's a pretty good deal.
Yes, that's a good deal. I hadn't heard that.
Here's a pitch that hits Brendan, so the bases are loaded. And that'll bring up the DH, Cale Wendelin. Okay, we're going to have a little chat with Coach Froge here. You know, you always want to keep a young man level-headed when he steps up there. Don't get too excited and all that. And, you know, I don't know what Coach Froge, because you change, honestly, from hitter to hitter, because all hitters are a little bit different, you know. But one thing, I'm sure he's pointed out, hey, he walked a guy, you know, and he's just hit a guy, and just don't help him. We want you to be aggressive in the zone is the best way, you know.
Exactly,
You know, so anyway, here we go. Cale Wendelin, bases loaded, nobody down. Athenians chance maybe to kind of break this game open a little bit here early. Here's a pitch, and this one's taken up. Gunnar Hopkins struggling on the mound for Dyersburg. Third baseman in on the grass, first baseman in on the grass, middle infield playing back for the double play. Here's the pitch. This one's taken outside. Cale started it off there and thought better of it as the ball was off the plate, so he is ahead 2-0. This one's taken for a strike, and I think I didn't check with Coach Froge, but I imagine the take was on all the way on that one.
It was, yes.
Yeah, you tend to do that maybe a little more in the bottom half of the order. Cale hitting in here in the 7th spot. This pitch is way up. So there we get that ball that we were looking for on the pitch before. 3 balls, 1 strike. Gunnar Hopkins a pitch away from forcing a run in here. This ball's grounded foul outside the third base line. Well, you would rather see a hitter swing at one a little bit off the plate here than to take a called third. And so his job now is certainly to protect the plate and move the baseball if it's around the plate.
Right.
Swung on and fouled. That is a good thing that was a foul ball. It'd been about the easiest double play you'd ever want to see. The catcher standing on the plate when he picked the ball up, but it was in foul territory. However, it was indeed off the batter and foul. The 3-2. Swung on and missed. Cale looked to have a good pitch, maybe up in the zone a little bit, but it might have been one you didn't want to take, Mike. I think he can normally put bat on that ball. But anyway, we've got an out, and that'll bring up Will Kellerman.
He lined out to
third, yeah. Pitch taken for a strike, something off speed that, as they like to say, wouldn't have broken a window pane there, but 1 strike. Will takes that one inside. Count evens, 1 ball, 1 strike. Athenians looking to get the ball put in play here. Get some people running on the bases. Chase Dow leading away from third. Here's the pitch. Ground ball, second baseman. Will's he fumbled the ball, and he just did get Will at first base. So that'll go as a 4-3 put out, but an RBI for Will Kellerman on the play. So 2 down for the Athenians. That'll leave runners at second and third. And they tack on run number 3. So we're down to the number 9 hitter, Carson Scott. Carson playing left field. Here's the ball squirts away. And Blackburn, he does have good wheels, but not that good. Wisely, I think, with a little help from Coach Froge, got back to third base.
I don't think you wanted to get caught again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'll tell you what, you love to see a kid really wanting to run, ready to go. Yeah. And, I tell you what, another 8-10 feet, he probably makes it.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's the pitch. Outside for ball 2. Scott checks in with Coach Froge down third base, steps back into the batter's box. I know we'd like to get to Trent here in this inning. Here's a pitch. This one's taken for a strike. Getting that little soft breaking ball. So I mentioned Scott with very good wheels here. He could move the shortstop a little bit to his right. I don't think he could throw him out.
Yeah.
He was going to bunt that time, Mike. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Takes it for a ball, and the count goes to 3-1. Pitch is taken for a strike on the outside corner. Outside corner, upper part of the zone, but I think a legitimate strike. So we got 3-2 on the batter, Carson Scott. And time is asked for at the plate by Scott. Brendan down away from second. Here's a ball fouled off. Blackburn away from third. Not forced to go, of course. First base empty, so Blackburn still looking for that loose ball in and around the plate here. So pitch swung on, fouled back on the play. Brendan down with pretty good wheels out at second. Here's the pitch. Well, a ground ball. That'll be the third base. And he goes right through him under his glove and into left field. And that'll bring in a couple of Athenian runs there. And another error for Dreisberg because that was a pretty easy play. Yeah, E5. E5. And in this case, we can't give any RBIs on that because that was out number 3 that should have happened. All right, that rolls it over the top of the Athenian batting order. Athenians now leading by a score of 5-0. Trent Johnson coming to the plate. Scott leading away, and he's on his way down. Here's a fake bunt. Oh, he's going to be out of there, though. He probably got a little bit of a late start there from first base. And a nice throw to the catcher, Mike, right on the money. And he was really waiting for Carson Scott there and got the tag on for out number 3. But your Athenians come up with a 3-run inning here in the top of the third. They now lead it by a score of 5-0. We've only collected 2 base hits, though, Mike, so being aided greatly by a combination of too many runners being put on base by either walk or being hit, and too many errors in the field. So, Athenians getting some gift runs here by Dreisberg. Game is not over, though, by any means. A 5-0 score early in the ball game. I remember, we're not sure how many years ago it was, not too awfully many. There was a game down here that appeared to be pretty comfortable, and all of a sudden we found it was not the case.
I remember that, yeah. Sitting back relaxing, and the other team doesn't give up. Get you sample.
Yeah. Well, I mentioned, having a good start on the mound by Kane Jones was very important for this entire tournament as far as the Athenians advancing and having pitching in order. But I didn't ask what any specific plans were as to how many innings they might limit him to. I don't imagine he's going to be going all the way. So.
I would imagine you're right.
Okay, we got the number 7 here, I think.
Yes, I believe it's number 33, the designated hitter, Landry Borders.
Okay, he fouls first ball off, out of the play to the right side. So again, Caden getting the first pitch in there for a strike. That's an important element in keeping the pitch count down. This ball is grounded to the right side. Second baseman Abney has it on to first base for out number 1. So 2 pitches, 1 out.
I'll bring up
Fielder number 42. Quinlan Swift on.
Okay, he's the left fielder, I believe.
Yes, he is.
Brendan Dow steps right up on the grass, steps in a little bit, but the pitch is taken outside. Next pitch is right there, fastball down the heart of the plate. I think the scoreboard's got it wrong. I think it's 1-1. I could be wrong. I thought he called a strike.
I didn't see his arm come up.
Okay, pardon me.
I think you were right.
I was umpiring it.
I think
Okay,
so, but,
there's a strike.
There's a strike.
2 balls, 1 strike. Well, we got a nice view, but elevation's still hard to tell. Ball foul on the right side. And we got another very wet baseball. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 down. Bottom half of the 3rd inning. Your Athenians leading it by a score of 5-0. Jones fires the next one and gets the inside corner for a called strike 3. So 2 down quickly here in the bottom half of the 3rd. I'll bring up the number 9 hitter.
That would be Gunnar Hopkins.
Right, number 34, Gunnar Hopkins.
Little left-handed hitter in here. Left and left. Soft ground ball to 3rd. Up with his Dow. On to Dow. Again, that would be Brendan to chase. 5-3 in your scorebook. And Dyersburg goes down 1-2-3 in the bottom half of the 3rd. The Athenians lead it after 3 by a score of 5-0. For the Athenians, 5 runs on 2 hits and no errors. And for Dyersburg, no runs, 1 hit and 3 errors. So not many hits in this ballgame, Mike.
Yeah, we have 2. But hey, it's nice to look at the score sheet and see runners on base every inning.
Yeah.
And being aggressive, scoring. 3 of the last inning on no hits.
Yeah.
They'll make you pay.
Well, as I mentioned earlier, we're getting a lot of help from them, both by errors and walks and so on. But I tell you what. If players aren't disciplined, and I certainly have to say, hopefully not too many, but I have coached a few batters that, frankly, were almost impossible to walk. They refused to walk. I've been played on some teams that weren't too bad teams, but we'll have a guy or two who would say, I don't want to walk, and so it's hard to walk that kind of a guy. And I'll tell you what, we're still looking for the first guy to get put out on a walk.
Yeah.
When you hit the ball, you get it put out more often than you're safe. And but you want kids to hit, you want them to be aggressive, but if you don't have enough discipline to take something. In fact, I'm going to go so far to say, Coach Rose won't mind me saying this. One of the secrets to winning baseball at Crawfordsville is the fact that our ball clubs have always been willing to take what the other team is willing to give. And frankly, I watch other ball clubs, and I see players that just refuse to walk. I mean, they have no discipline at the plate whatsoever, and pitchers having trouble, but they let them out of trouble. And so that's just a part of the Athenian program, and it's led to a lot of success. I mean, we play a lot of small ball. We know that. We bunt, we run, and take advantage of the other team's mistakes. And that was kind of if you look at the ball game Tuesday night, I mean, that was a lot of it. We got down, I don't know what, maybe two good bunts, I believe they were in the ball game.
Cale started things out that inning, I believe, and we had Fitzwater come up with a bunt, and we had Carson lay down a perfect bunt to score for our first run. Yeah.
Well, leads off this inning now with Trent Johnson, who was left at the plate as Scott was thrown out attempting to steal in the top of the third. Count goes to 1-1 now on Trent. Trent is 0 for 1. Popped out his first time and walked his second at bat. Here's the pitch taken down. Pitcher Caden Jones on deck. Here's a ground ball. Big! Used to be known, Mike, as a Baltimore chop there. Bounces so high, it goes over the third baseman's head, and a base hit for Trent Johnson. So Trent aboard with nobody out here in the top half. Top half of inning number 4. And the big lefty, Caden Jones, steps in. Here's the pitch down. Next pitch is okay. I said that was outside a little bit, but it was a pitch that apparently got the corner. So count evens at 1 ball, 1 strike. There's a line shot going foul down the left field line. Out of play, and Johnson returns to first base. The count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes on Caden Jones. A lot of clear sky up overhead, a lot of clouds way over to the east that used to be over us. Here's a ground ball right side, another chopper, and pitcher's over, but he really did not get there in time. Now the ball gets away at first base. Here's a throw to second base. Jones is going to be out. Here's a throw to the plate, and Johnson's safe as he goes all the way from first to home. And so the Athenians really pressing it on the bases here in this ball game, Mike.
Yeah, they're being very aggressive.
Well, you know, they were very close really to be where they had to play at both places, but that was a tough play in the first baseman, quite frankly. He's a left-handed first baseman, which I love left-handed first baseman, but that made the throw harder for him to get it back to first base. Pitcher just a little late covering there. So another run. Here's a base hit to right field as Abney. And the ball gets by the right field as he slips on the wet ground out there. And Abney just kind of tools on into second base. You know what? I can actually give that a double. The young man just slipped, and we understand the field is very wet out there. So I'm gonna give that right fielder a break on that one. If we would have had a dry field, I'd have said it's a single on there, but we're going to call that one a 2-base hit. Okay, runner at second base now with 1 down. And that brings up the cleanup hitter, Chase Dow. Chase playing first base this evening. Here's a pitch. This was taken away. So that was hit number 4 for the Athenians there. We had 2 this inning, right? 2 hits this inning.
I gave all 3 of them. Jones is over the first.
Oh, this one over here.
No.
I'm fine with that, Mike. I'm fine with that. See this thing right here?
Yeah.
As I turned to look at the play, I kind of blocked myself, and all I knew, the guy was there, and I couldn't tell whether the first baseman was there in time. It hit his glove, and so it was going. Yeah.
That's the one they didn't give.
So I'm thinking that's what's happened there.
Yeah.
Here's a pitch called a strike, and that'll make it a full count now on Chase Dow. So Peyton Abney still standing. He's going to break for third now. Here's a pitch high. Catcher cannot keep the ball in the net there, and so Abney on down to third, and the pitch is high for ball four. So Dow trots on down to first base. So first and third with one down, and it brings up center fielder Josh Blackburn. You know,
Josh walked both times.
pitch taken for a strike. You know, I'm thinking, Mike, this left fielder seems like to me he's not playing all that deep for the wind blowing out like it's been.
Right.
Maybe we can get a hold of one and get it over his head. Well, we hit one fairly soft little fly, and he ended up backpedaling out there.
Yeah.
Counts 1-1 strike with one down in the top half of the fourth inning. Athenians leading it by a score of 6-0. Here's a ground ball right side. First baseman has it, steps on the bag, but fails to realize the runner's coming from third. You know, I'm not sure what the young man was thinking, because he looked at the runner going to second base, which would have been a very difficult double play chance for him. So that'll go as an RBI. RBI for Josh Blackburn, and good base running coming in from third, but might have been an interesting play if the first baseman had just tapped the bag and thrown to the plate.
Yep.
So that runs the score to 7-0. Here's a high foul ball out into left center field. Got under that one just a bit. Left fielder over. Everyone has it for out number 3. But your Athenians keep tagging them on. They're up by a score of 7-0 now. We have played 3 1/2 innings of play. 7-4-0 for your Athenians. 1-4 for Dyersburg. And Mike, we can go either way with that. The Athenian book may be what you were thinking right off the get going, and they had the best look.
Yeah.
They're right down there on top of it.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, he's punching the scoreboard. It's probably a case where you look at a play and say, that play should have been made.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah.
But I have no, there's just some things that there's too fine a line to worry about which side it falls on. Well, here we go, bottom half of the fourth inning, and so far, so good for Caden Jones, who's sailing right along. Allowed only one base hit and no runs. So bottom half of the fourth.
They've got back to the top of their lineup with Connor Greer.
Grounded out to second, his first at bat. Here's a pitch taken away. Well, one thing about it, Caden, has had quite a bit of rest time as he goes to the dugout each time. Of course, he's been on base too, but had some downtime. So the next pitch is popped into right field, over, under, and has it as Carson Scott got a good beat on that ball. Mike, we're about at the twilight hour where a lot of times vision is pretty tough out there in the outfield. But he seemed to pick that ball off out of the dark sky, semi-dark sky. And now we have the base umpire coming in. I'm not sure what we've got here.
What? Oh, he called lady. He called lady. They throw a lady back here.
Yeah. No?
Yeah, I'm waiting to see what's
I don't know. That was,
Carson's.
I think it's Kellerman.
Oh, that was Kellerman. Pardon me. Yes.
It's Kellerman and Rice.
Yes.
They brought him in for some reason.
I know, but
Going back out.
maybe there was a problem with his glove or something after, or some kind of equipment problem. My fault. That right, Kellerman.
Yeah.
I was looking down at my score sheet here, and they're right next to one another, and I looked at the wrong number real quickly. So, yeah, good catch out there by Kellerman, not Carson Scott. Okay, one down here, bottom half of the fourth. Number 2 hitter, DJ Swift, steps in. First pitch taken down. There's a ball taken to center field, breaking back, and now under the ball is Blackburn, and no problem. And here we go, runner to the plate, and that'll end the run there. So I'm not sure what happened on that ball out there, but anyway. Yeah, we'll just have to get clarification because
Must have been some infraction with the equipment.
you know, I wonder if he's wearing a first baseman's glove. That's what he did.
I bet he did.
That's what he did.
I bet he did too.
We're speculating. Let's put it that way. But it's almost So he was given third on the play, and all right, now we have the answer. Well, anyway, that puts Dyersburg on the scoreboard. The Indians still leading by a score of 7-1 here in the bottom of the fourth. Here's the pitch, gets away from Ethan back there, and count goes to 2 balls, no strikes. We'll have to look at that. I imagine that go as an error on the right fielder. Have a look. Here's a line drive ground ball, and a long throw, and nice play by Trent Johnson. Trent got over, got the ball down, knocked down, and really made a nice throw to first base. Good stretch there by Dowell at first base to complete the play. So 2 down. Yeah, haven't looked at that scorebook recently and at that technical point, but I imagine, there's some weird things that, like, used to be, Mike, if the batter tips the catcher's glove, or I guess the other way, the catcher's glove tips the bat, that used to be a base hit for the hitter. Mm-hmm. But now it's an error on the catcher.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
First pitch is a ball to, let's see, what's this young man's, we're back for Ray.
Parker Ray.
Yeah. Ball in the air and foul. Drops not too far outside the fair line there, but he got it where nobody could get to it, including Will Kellerman, who now has a legal glove. I'm sure the coaches will have a fine coaching point. Well, Will's still a young man there. Those things can happen. And it's not the first time I've seen it happen, by the way.
Right.
Here's a pitch. This is taken to center field. A lot of outfield action this inning, Mike.
Yes, they're getting some up.
And that was in the wells. Blackburn camps under. Out number 3. So after 4 complete, scores 7-1 your Athenians, 7-4-0 for Athenians, and 1-1-4 for Dyersburg. Well, again, Athenians fans, we're down here in Union City, Tennessee, which is kind of in the west end of Tennessee, and we're playing in a tournament down here that is going to allow us to play 1 game this evening. We will play tomorrow, as mentioned. We will play at 1 o'clock Athenian time, game number 2, and then game number 3 of the tournament for us will be at 2:30. So we're looking forward for the Athenians to, to go ahead and advance in this tournament and have a chance, to play in the championship round on Saturday.
You know why they scored?
Illegal glove.
Which I guess is 3 bases.
Well, we were stymied on it for a little bit, but after a while,
First base.
I said, it's not the first time I've seen it, but it's been a long time. Coach Tony Bean up here giving us the official word, but we were right on our judgment there. But anyway,
I don't know where 3 bases comes from, but he seemed confident that's
a good lesson. Yeah. Let me ask you this. I said it's been a long time since I've looked on a technical point like that in the book. It goes an error on Will.
That's how we scored it.
I think that's right. Yeah. Tony's
scored a 3-base error.
Tony's agreeing with us on the scoring there as an error for Will Kellerman. So anyway, nonetheless, the Athenians maintain a fairly commanding lead as we go to the top half of the 5th inning. Number 2, Brendan Dowell coming to the plate. Brendan playing third base tonight.
Nope,
we have a.
Kale.
I'm in the wrong spot again, Michael. Yeah.
Brendan flew out in the inning.
Yeah, he was the last batter. Well, let's see here. Kale, I think he was.
Kale done tonight. He
0 for 2.
0 for 2.
Yeah. He takes first pitch for a strike. Next pitch. Michael, we got a new pitcher out here.
Yeah, we did. We didn't get that.
But we don't have a full roster. So, one of those things, handicap sometimes being on the road. Here's a ball taken the right side and through the right side. So a base hit there for Wendell. Good job, Cale, going the other way. Perfectly placed between first and second. So again, the Athenians have a leadoff runner on here. And that will bring up Will Kellerman. So a good spot here maybe for Will to lay down a bunt. Yeah, look like he might be swinging. Takes that pitch outside, ball 1. Next pitch seemed to be the same place, but called a strike. The count was at 1-1. Wonderman with a good lead at first base. Third baseman in on the grass. Here's the pitch, and this is taken for a strike. So we're down to the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes here. Pitch is ground ball, foul ball inside the bag down to third, and that'll send Wendell around. Now the ball's bobbing a little bit, throw into third, and Wendell went in safely, and around goes Kellerman to second base. Not sure how they'll officially score that, Mike. There was a little bobble in left field, but for our purposes, I guess not that important. We're only official for ourselves.
For ourselves, right.
Could be going in. Honestly, I think Will would have probably had a double on the play, but with the shorter throw, he might have had a play at third if he'd have picked the ball up cleanly. So Athenians with runners on first and second now, and that brings up Carson Scott. Left-hander squares like he's going, but now chops it, but it's right at the first baseman. He holds the runner third, and he's too late as Carson Scott, we mentioned, has good wheels, and by the time he turned and looked, now Mike, that goes as a fielder's choice for sure, because he made a choice to look and look the runner back, and so he's on first base, but a fielder's choice on that play. Nonetheless, Athenians got him loaded with nobody down here in the top of the 5th inning. All right, back to the top of the order. Trent Johnson standing in. Base hit his last time on that Baltimore chopper with the third baseman's hat. Trent came around to score one of the 7 Athenian runs his last time. There's a ball popped in the air. That might be no, it's going to be outfielder's play, so he's good. And no sac flies. It's just too short to bring the runner from third, so one down. Ball seemed to get in on Trent's hands there a little bit, and not the sweet part of the bat for sure. So he's going to leave it up to Caden Jones here. See. Caden had a base hit his last at bat. He had another one of those big high choppers, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Here's the pitch. This ball is taken to the left side now to play.
Caden again.
Caden normally an aggressive hitter, especially in this spot.
Which went over the hell.
Here's the pitch. That was taken for a ball. I thought we were going to get the punch on that one, but he left it out there. So it's 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 down. Sacks packed with Athenians. There's a pitch down. Gets loose, but no advancement by the runners. 2 balls, 1 strike. Pitcher staring in. We do not have this young man's name. Here's the pitch. Unless, was he already in the lineup, Mike? Maybe we can get his number. His number is 8, I think, maybe. 2 balls and 1 strike as Caden Jones waiting for something he can send into the outfield. And does not get it. And that'll force in a run on the base on balls. Credit Caden with an RBI.
If it's number 8, he was not in the lineup.
Okay.
Hunter Rose, number 8.
Hunter Rose.
Yes, he was. That's on my bad there. It's,
Oh, yeah.
Hunter Rose. He wasn't
Okay.
on second base.
All right. Hunter Rose now pitching.
There's that Mangold. Pitch runner for Mangold.
Mangold and running now at first base for Caden Jones. Gonna give the pitcher a little chance to rest. Long stare in here by Rose. Here's the pitch. This is fouled off and out of play. Well, Rose comes in and kind of gets himself in a pickle here. He's given up 1 run, and the Athenians still have the bases loaded with 1 down. An 8-1 score here. Here's a pitch, catches the outside corner for a strike. So 0-2 now. Abney back in. This one he swings and misses at a fastball that's up out of the zone. So 2 down. That brings up the third baseman, Chase Dowell. Here's a ball taken in right field. Right fielder going back. Now under it, has it for out number 3. So Dowell flies out to the right fielder to end the top half of the 5th. Athenians leading it by a score of 8-1 as we've played 4 1/2 innings. So let's see, Caden going back out to the mound. Go ahead. I want to look at that. There's a few things we haven't mentioned, Mike. I'm going to steal a sheet a minute, which I've written it down here. But we have mentioned we are playing at Union City, Tennessee. Where we are playing is called Edom Stadium, and it's also L.H. Ladd Field. So if anybody wants to make a quick trip down here, they'll know where to go. But also the name of the tournament is called the Final Flight Tourney.
Right.
And first time we've ever been here, Mike. This is, we have been some places in southern Indiana over the years. We've been in Kentucky, certainly in and around the Louisville area. We spent some trips down to Nashville and Vanderbilt and that area. And so here we are in western Tennessee and doing a little different tourney down here. All right, here we go, bottom half of the fifth.
That should be number 13, Tabor Hurt.
Well, Ryersburg still with only one base hit. Here's the pitch, and this grounded in. I tell you what, one thing we didn't mention, Mike, is the fact that they do have a full tarp on this infield, and you can tell it because we've had quite a bit of rain. Yeah. You drive by all these fields and everything around here, and there's puddles everywhere. And as we look down to the dugout here in the right field line while we see water, but that infield's got to be hard. That ball, for about the third time, it's bounced over a fielder's head. So a runner aboard to lead off the bottom of the fifth. This pitch is in there for a strike. And this is our current pitcher now batting, Hunter Rose. Rose started the game at second base. Moved into pitch to start the fifth inning. Here's a breaking ball right there. A nice job getting that breaker in there by the lefty. Ahead on the count, no balls, 2 strikes. First time he's had a leadoff runner on base against him. Here's the pitch, and this is taken foul, line drive, but well out of play down the right field line. So far, I think that pitch count for Caden has got to be very pleasing for the coaching staff.
Yes, I failed to get started on that, but
well, we know he didn't have too many because it went 1, 2, 3 in the first inning. I don't imagine he was much over a dozen pitches in the first inning.
Yeah, and that's where I missed. So yeah, he's doing well.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Again, Rose fouls it off.
Birthday today. Today's birthday. Today's birthday. I'll say something today. I got it. I'll say something.
Breaking ball, strike 3. Batter Rose not in agreement with the umpire that time, but I think that probably the plate was nipped by that breaking ball as it ran into the right-handed hitter. This would
be, this is what I'm still hoping I pronounce right tonight. Landers Borders.
Okay. Well, Borders takes first pitch, strike 1 here, and Caden continues to show good control. Next pitch off the corner. Ball gets away. Runner on down. Now there's a throw. I hear from the coaching staff. No throw on that one. Probably could have had some help from some of the players in the field even. Really no chance to throw the runner out. I think that probably is going to go as a pass ball, but we're probably not that official, Mike. Here's a breaking ball right there. I tell you what, this is probably the most breaking balls that Caden's thrown in, and he's been very good with them. Ahead on the count here, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, fastball swung on and missed, dropped at the plate, tag made. Good job, Ethan. Didn't hesitate there on that one. The ball was right there, and he got it on the batter right now. Saves the throw. And the young man at second base was thinking about going to third if we'd have thrown to first, so saved the bag there. All right, 2 down.
Brings up Quentin Swift Jeff.
Runner edge away in second. Really, Trent not paying too much attention to him. Big lead here. Here's a pitch inside. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 down, bottom of the 5th. Swung on and missed. 2 balls, 1 strike. You know, I noticed, Mike, and we usually don't play real deep, but you know, see, we're playing several steps deeper than their left fielder.
We are, quite a bit, yeah.
Here's another swing and a miss. Ball tailing away from the right-handed hitter. So once again, we've got deuces on the board. Caden Jones looking to head to the dugout with this pitch. Swung on, ground to second base. Over. Abney has it on to first base. Into Dowell's glove for out number 3. So, Dyersburg comes up with a leadoff runner, but no harm done. So after 5-4, the Athenians continue to lead it. It's 8-7-0 for the Athenians and 1-2-4 for Dyersburg. I wanted to throw this in. I try to do this every ball game down here because our fans, Mike, are so loyal, and this has been such a tradition of doing a south trip every spring that our families are in on it. And, you know, and so it is really, I mean, I don't know whether we can call it a family vacation or not, but it is a family event, and it's really great to see that kind of following, and, you know, I'm sure the kids really appreciate that, and we enjoy seeing all this gold and blue down here. That we have a pretty good bunch just to our right down here in the bleachers behind home plate.
Yes, this is always a lot of fun for the fans to come down and love their baseball.
Just want to let you know that today is for Ethan Pittman's birthday today. If you all want to say something, put him on his Facebook request on his birthday today. He'll be happy about that. It's Ethan Pittman's birthday today.
Justin, can we tell how old he is? 18. All right. Congratulations, Ethan Pittman. Josh Blackburn at the plate. Takes the strike. Next pitch just a wee bit high. Maybe another one high, Mike.
Just a little, yeah.
2 balls, 1 strike. There's a ball into left field. And that ball is dropped out there, Mike.
You've been talking about that, Dan.
I couldn't tell. You think he was having trouble seeing the ball?
Maybe. He got to it.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Well, it's an error. We like to give our kids the benefit of the doubt, but I don't think we can give that one to Josh. I know Josh catches that ball.
Oh, definitely.
All right, Brendan Dowell at the plate. Takes first pitch for a ball. Saul Blackburn edges away from second. His next pitch down, ball 2. Hunter Rose still on the mound now in the second inning on the mound. Here's the pitch taken for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Athenians trying to tack on to an 8-1 lead here in the top half of the 6th. Maybe we can shorten the game, Mike.
Could be.
Here's a pitch fouled away, out of play. Count evens at 2-2. Breaking ball taken into right field. Right fielder over, under, and has it. So that was a nice arm from Mike from left field. He showed me a little something there. But no advancement out there by Blackburn. So 1 away. Wendland coming to the plate. Had a base hit his last time, Mike.
Yes, he did. Got a base hit. On the right side, I believe, yeah.
Well, that one hit him. Kind of might have been a little soft breaking ball that didn't hurt him. I'm sure of that, but a soft breaking ball that didn't break, I think.
Exactly.
Well, a little conference on the mound between the pitcher and catcher. Will, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that'll bring up Will. He got a base hit his last time up, too.
Okay, runners at first and second now with 1 down. Short lead at second, but he's stretching a little. There's a pitch. And ball maybe outside. Still got a pretty good breeze going on out there, but maybe not like we had some of the time during the day for sure. Here's a pitch taken up. 2 balls, no strikes. Carson Scott waving the bat on deck. Carson playing left field. Here's the pitch. It's down, and so 3-0 on Will. Another right one will load him up here. Well, that was a strike. Now we got a runner caught off as we had a delayed double steal. Oh, we're going to get a run out of it. I don't know that Coach Frode's totally happy with how that ended up. Well, I think they said he had it long enough. Yeah, we have an out at second base. So 2 down and another run across the plate. So 9-1 ball game. But I'm not sure the way we handle that will be too pleasing to the coaching staff, quite frankly. I know we got to run, and if you're in a tie ball game, that's a wonderful play.
You're right.
There's a pitch, and this is taken to the right field. It's going to drop, though, for a base hit, in the right center field. The ball really kind of off our hands a little bit, not hit real hard, but hard enough to get over the infield, into the outfield. So Will with another base hit. And Will's probably saying, doggone, you guys running around the bases like that cost me an RBI. Well, I think what happened, we semi-missed the steal signal at first base.
Evidently.
We took off in time from second, but it was very delayed from first base. So that I don't think we were trying to run that as a play. I can't believe in this. Anyway, it is possible though, Mike, because we're in a situation here where we can use it as a practice situation. So it's possible. So. And I'm being good tonight. I'm not even watching the coach give signals. All right.
Yeah, I'm not either.
Okay. All right, here we go. Scott. Oh man, that burned his whiskers there, didn't it?
Can't get much closer than that.
Carson Scott takes that one inside. See what kind of night has Carson had here.
Carson has been on every time, but not with a hit.
No hit. Yeah.
You got a couple of errors in the fielder's choice.
Hey, you know what? The coaching staff might like to see him go 3 for 3, but I tell you what, on the other hand, on base he's 3 for 3, and when you're hitting out of the number 9 slot, you take that anytime.
Every time, yeah.
Here's a pitch taken for a strike. The count goes to 2-1 now. I tell you, Mike, another thing, they really got a good ground crew. You notice how they go after it? Here's a ball fouled out of play. And what did it count, like 9 guys came out to work on the diamond last night after? Yeah.
Last night, yes. I was out in left field watching that game. Between games, they were all over it.
Yeah. Here's the ball again fouled out of play. And they got plenty of those little four-wheel vehicles going around.
Yeah.
They had 3, I think, parked around and actually had a 4th. And so I think Coach Froeh's kind of envying the setup there in that regard. 2-2. Here's the pitch. That ball's outside. The count goes full. So the runner at first will be on his way. And with the wheels he's got, we like to see him run. Here's the ball again fouled. Yeah, really good speed down at the bottom of the order with Kellerman and Scott there. Here's another foul ball. It's Scott just not getting the barrel out quite in time, but at least leveling it off enough to stay alive up there. And
Looked like the umpire had no ball in the pocket.
yeah. Here's another one out of play, so well, I tell you, I kid about it, we kind of like to call it the 2-ball league in the old days of the old merchant ball team in Crawfordsville. And this would have driven our manager nuts. I mean, he hated to throw those extra balls out. Here's a pitch, and again he fouls it to the screen this time. Well, this is what's known as a good at bat. Irregardless, what the ultimate outcome is, this young man has stayed in there, kept himself alive up there, kept the pitcher using pitches, and so again, Kellerman will be off. Here's the pitch, ground ball in the hole, and he's got a base hit. So that tenacity paid off there as Carson Scott gets the ball in the 5.5 hole, records. And we just said he hadn't got a base hit. Now he's in there. He's got a base hit. So he joins the hit club. Hit number 10 for the Athenians tonight. So that rolls it over to the top of the order, and Trent Johnson coming to the plate. Trent has got 1 hit tonight and has scored a run. Here's the pitch. This is taken up. Trent could happen to gap one here. We might get to that 10-run.
Yep, those speed on the bases can make those kind of things happen.
1 ball, 1 strike. Here's a pitch, a strike on the inside corner. So Trent down on the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's a pitch. This is taken to right field. Right fielder over, under, and we'll have it for out number 3. So no further damage, but Athenians continue to tack on. The only inning, Mike, we failed to score was the top of the second. We put up at least 1 run in every other inning. And now after 6.5 innings of play, 5.5 innings of play, we lead it by a score of 9-1. Well, Mike, what's the weather forecast for tomorrow? We didn't say this. We complained about the rain we had earlier and the delay and the wind maybe a little bit. You know, I did mention that it got cleared pretty nice, but temperature's pretty nice too.
Yes, it has been. Yeah, it's been nice so far.
Well, I'm telling you, we're going to just find out what it is right now. Right now.
We didn't play yesterday. We came down and the JV played, and I think we hit the 80-degree mark down here yesterday.
Yeah, I think I heard 82,
82.
But we're kind of moving from one community to another. We might mention the team is actually being housed at another location, and so we've got a little bit of and it's not a bad trip, but we've got a little bit of a bus ride to get here.
About 10 miles. 10 miles.
I think that's it.
Miles. We're in Martin and playing in Union City. Yeah.
Right. I'm trying to get Martin here. Anyway, here I am. Union City right now is 59 degrees, but we're inside a very nice press box here, and so we're very comfortable. And
comfortable in the stands.
And I think it's probably cooler than 59 back in Crawfordsville.
I imagine it is.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Bottom half of 6. Caden Jones still on the mound. And this is the number 8.
Yes, Gunnar Hopkins.
He's over 2, I believe. Here's a ball taken down the left field line. It's going to drop foul. There's a nice breaking ball. It's in there. Ooh, a little bit high, and we failed to give Sammy Riddle credit for coming in here, Mike, in the bottom of the 6th. But Sammy is in there, and he put the ball on the ground a little bit there, but alertly got it down to first to complete the out. So 1 down here. That'll bring up the number 9 hitter. Fouls the ball off to the right side. Pitch down. The infield left to right, out third base, Brendan Dowell, shortstop, Trent Johnson, over second base, Peyton Abney, first base, Chase Dowell. Battery of Jones and now Riddle. Here's a pitch taken outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Scott in left, in center field, Blackburn, and in right field, Kellerman. Here's a ground ball to second. Abney squares up on it real good. Glove on the ground and on to first base. Out number 2, 4-3.
Number 22, DJ Swift.
DJ Swift, number 22.
Swift grounds it to third. Good pickup on to first base. And for the third time tonight, it's Dowell to Dowell. Brendan Dowell to Chase Dowell. 5-3 in your scorebook to end inning number 6. So after 6-4, the Athenians lead it by a score of 9-1. 9-10-0 for your Athenians. 1-2-4 for Dyersburg. Well, let's see here. What do we got? Now, Mike, if this forecast is correct, they're going to cool us off down here a little bit more tomorrow. It looks like we have a high of 61 maybe, and a low of 42. And we play at noon.
Play at noon. 61.
So yeah, maybe there, because slow time,
warm.
it's warm, yeah. So hopefully we'll be good. And the forecast, I think, is all right for Saturday too, but we'll look at that at another time. Once again, we're on an unknown schedule for Saturday, and that is dependent on our outcome in our round play here, and so we'll know that by the end of the game tomorrow. Well, here's Caden Jones popping the ball into the infield. Let's see who's taking charge. Third baseman, and he has it, and that's normally a shortstop's ball, Mike, but he really wasn't too anxious to get involved, was he?
No, he doesn't.
So Caden pops out to the third baseman for out number 1 here in the top of the 7th, and that will bring up our
second baseman.
I was going to say diminutive, but maybe he's not the most diminutive player we have.
Right.
Does that go to Dow, Brendan Dow? Brendan Dow is smaller than Peyton,
Yeah,
isn't he?
I believe he is.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Here's the pitch. He scores the bunt. They're going to give it a fair ball, and that was hard to tell. I tell you the truth, I think it was a hard call for the umpire, but he immediately signaled a foul ball on the play, so it wasn't too far off the line. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Abney steps back in and takes a pitch outside. That was either outside or high. So the count goes to 3-1. I'm not sure that pitcher really wanted that pitch, so not really sure where I was. Anyway, on down to first base goes Peyton Abney. That'll bring up third baseman Chase Dowell. Chase Dowell, starting pitcher Tuesday night against Pike High School, and got the win and relieved the last 3 innings by Trent Johnson, who got the save. Overall, pretty good performance by Chase Tuesday night, I thought.
Yes, I did too. It was.
Here's the pitch, swung on and missed. Might have wanted to hit that one. He was wanting to hit that definitely over that left fielder's head anyway.
They've probably been looking at him like we have.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, 330 down the line, he is a long way away.
Yeah.
And as I said, the wind still continues to blow out, straight out to left field, really. Swallow fouled back, and so down on the count, 0-2. Pitch, and this is taken down on a breaking ball. Chase Dow has got pretty good power. I'd say probably hasn't really produced as many home runs by this point in his career as I thought he might. Here he takes this as a breaking ball for a call, strike 3. So probably not a good at bat from a coaching standpoint or from Chase's standpoint, either one. I think we have to credit the pitcher on that, though. He got a good breaking ball in there that time. So 2 away now. Abney still down at first base. Pitch fouled off by Blackburn. Josh has been on base quite a few times tonight, I believe, Mike.
Yes, he has. He's walked twice and got on an error. He's been on 3 out of 4 times.
How many runs has he played?
He has plated twice.
Yeah, okay. There's a ball into the gap in right center field. Center fielder not only had to go over, but he had to go back some. So here we go, and we're coming to the plate. Here's the throw in. Will not be in time. And so credit Blackburn with a 2-base hit and RBI as he brings Abney in all the way from first base. So we've got a 10-1 ball game now. That brings up Brendan Dowell.
Brendan got hit the first inning, and it's been quite a good way. He got hit the second inning. Hit by pitch.
Here's the ball taken to center field. Center fielder's camping under. I don't know what we're doing on second base. Somebody forgot how many outs there were. Look, Coach Rose is letting him go. He's giving him a break. He's giving him a break. Yeah, he went back to the bag, but ball was caught for out number 3. So, in the innings, the Athenians, look at that. We're looking up there. We got a turkey up there, Mike, in the last 3 innings. 5, 6, and 7. We got a single run each time. So, in this 7 innings, we've been to the plate. Only the second inning did we not tally at least 1 run. So, Athenians lead it 10-1 here as we go to the bottom half of inning number 7, and it looks like we're going for a complete game here by Caden Jones. So I'm a little bit, I'm a little bit surprised. But as I told you, I did not ask them specifically as to what pitch count they were looking for and where they were going with that. So. And, after we're done Saturday, the Athenians come back. I believe we play that West Lafayette Monday, and so, And even with the old pitching rules, that kind of gets to be a stretch when you're playing that many innings that quickly. But, I don't know how many coaching staffs got penciled in as starters, but I think we might have down the line as many as 7 possibilities. And I'm not pretending to really know that. I just know that we have 7 guys that are seriously throwing bullpen. Yeah. All right. First pitch is a ball.
Who do we have up? We have Hayden Smith up.
Yeah.
And he just got hit by pitch.
He did indeed. So, I think that's about the 3rd time that Riseboro's had a leadoff runner on. I know it's at least the 3rd time.
You're exactly right.
Well, you're good, Mike, because, see, here's a line drive by and off the glove of Chase. Now, runner going to 3rd. He'll be in there, cut it off. Oh. Well, we tried to cut it off. Now nobody's at second base. So Could have been handled a little bit better. Nice try, though, by Chase Dow at first base. But so Dyersburg trying to get a little rally going here as they put the first two on. And that'll be a base hit. Credit the runner going to second on the throw to third. And what happened there in the go-around, we didn't get anybody back to cover second base. Had we done that, we'd have had an easy out there. Okay, left-handed batter standing in. So soft line, and the runner from third holds. Throw the first in the dirt, but the play made by Chase Dow. Nice job. Trent had to charge that ball. Probably could have charged a little bit harder, actually, on this. You know, I think part of this diamond, I've seen some soft bounces, and we saw those crazy. So I think maybe it's a little bit uneven, though. Where it's hard and where it's soft. Well, anyway, there's one big down there, no harm that time. Here's a pitch, and this ball's taken for a strike. This is Rose, I think, isn't it? Number 8, the guy that's pitching for Dyersburg. Pitched the last 3 innings. He grounds the ball, and it's going to go foul down the third base line. So Kane Jones trying to get out of this without giving up any more runs here. This 10-1 score looks pretty good. See if we can get an out here. This would be a good place to get a strikeout right here. Here's a pitch off the plate. Mike, you might check that. I know he hasn't got a whole lot of strikeouts tonight. Can you tell how many strikeouts Caden has got? 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's a pitch, a breaking ball right there.
I've got him for 3.
There's the strikeout I'm talking about. He's got 4 now. Yep. Good breaking ball. That's at these 4 strikeouts. I know at least 2 of them in on that breaking ball, maybe a third one. So now we go to the first base with the ball. Here's a pitch. There's a breaking ball. That ran in almost a little bit too close. Number 33 is Border, the man we keep having trouble with. But anyway, Landry Borders. Here's the ball, swung on a miss, a fastball. It got in under the hands. Count evens at 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, Athenian outfield play, and we're not particularly an outfield that plays really deep. Here's a pitch taken foul off to the right side. So Caden ahead on the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. As I was saying, we're not a team that plays particularly deep in most cases, but we're playing a whole lot deeper than their outfield all the way around. We really didn't take a whole lot of advantage of them. But here's a pitch. This ball is up and away, and the count evens 2 balls, 2 strikes. King Jones working to try to get the last out to end this ball game. Stretching the pitch. This is taken down and in. Athenian fans oohing and ahhing on that one. Thought maybe we had another called strike on that breaking ball, but might have been a little low. All right, here's a 3-2. Here's a line drive, base hit up the middle. That probably is going to score 2. Blackburn gets to it quickly, though, and they're going to have to hold him. We had a little misplay there, I'm sure. Caden stayed on top of the mound, so we had Chase Dow and Caden both there at the mound with the cutoff. So somebody's got to remind Caden there he probably needs to get behind the whole plate on that one. So it's a 10-2 ball game now. It was a good base hit. And hit number 4 for Dyersburg. And here comes Coach Welliver. Just probably wanting to make sure that Chase is either within the pitch limit that we want him. I don't see anybody else ever up, so we'd have to get somebody off the field, which could happen. Yeah. And he's talking to Caden,
might
so
reminded him what
he
he was
just,
just talking about, where he was going to come behind the plate instead of stand in the middle of the field.
yeah, you know what, I really doubt to him, Mike, because right now he's more concerned with the next batter.
Yeah.
That's one you kind of forget that. I mean, he's going to hear about that.
Yeah, you're
You
right.
know, but right now, what's happening here, we need to end the ball game here.
Yeah.
Don't let any other bleeding happen now.
Yeah.
We've got a nice ball game. He's done a great job, and I want to keep going here. We're down to, what, number 8 hitter here? Ball fouled off.
Quentin Swift Goff. He's hitless tonight.
Runner at first and third. Probably not going to run that guy from first. Here's a swing and a miss. This young man has pulled off the ball quite a bit tonight, I've noticed. If you have a right-handed pitcher with a curveball, I think you can make him look really bad.
Yeah.
And he really pulls off the plate. Here's a pitch. Swing and a miss, and that'll end the ball game. So strikeout number 5 for Caden Jones. And Caden goes all the way for a complete game tonight. So your final totals this evening. Game number 1 of this tournament, the Athenians victorious 10-2, and the totals are 10 runs on 11 hits, no errors for your Athenians. And for Dyersburg, they had 2 runs on 4 hits, and they committed 4 errors. The Athenians had maybe one of the weirdest plays they'll have all year long by taking a first baseman's mitt to right field and making a play, which is strictly illegal. And that was what allowed 1 run on a ball that we actually caught for what we thought would be an out.
Right.
And so a little bit of extra work there for Caden Jones because of that play.
Right. We found out that was what a 3-base error. They awarded him third base.
It's definitely an error. Since he gets 3, it's got to be a 3-base error. So we might get further award on that. We won't see that play again this year. I have seen it before. Like I said, it's not the first time I've seen it, but I've really forgotten the ruling on it. And
Food coming up here.
all right, I just got word of probably going to have a little bit of a interview here coming up with Coach Froge. But I do want to thank our helpers tonight. This evening we had Michael Smith on the camera. Hope you enjoyed his work there. And Justin Duggar keeping us on the line. We still have a little short that jumps us once in a while. And a first-timer to the baseball scene, but is not the first-timer on the webcast, is what I say about Mike Schubert. I tell you, not only a great Athenian fan, but a guy who has done a lot of work coaching young people at Crawfordsville, and we appreciate him helping out here tonight, and if I can get him to do it, we'll just keep him up here for the rest of this tournament.
Well, I thank you,
appreciate
Dan.
that.
I enjoy sports. Everyone knows that me. So I'll try anything that has to do with sports. It was a pleasure working with you my first time in the booth.
Well, I think I mentioned to you that we use a lot of different personnel doing these webcasts, and I mentioned to you that because of my involvement as a spectator at South, I don't get all these games, but you can look on this paper. Here is what we had in 2016.
Right.
So it takes a lot of people to run this thing.
Yes, it does.
Well, we have Coach Froge here, and he's going to tell us the real story. And I've got a question for him right off the get-go here, though. I tell you
already know the real story.
I tell you, we hesitated a bit, but we figured out what happened there. But is that the first time you've had that happen? Because I haven't seen it before. But
No, but
we're talking about the fly ball to right field that was caught by Will Kellerman. Unfortunately, he had taken his first baseman's mitt out there.
Well, it was a kind of a last-minute deal that he was going to play right field, and I saw him warming up with it. And I said, I don't think you can use that. And he said something about his other glove not being good. Anyway, we kind of forgot about it, but I've never seen him award third. I don't know that I've seen it.
Well,
it was illegal, but Coach Bean looked it up. Federation rule book, and it said any glove. So I don't know. That's what I heard. So I'm not certain that that was accurate, but it sure doesn't take away from what Caden Jones did tonight on the mound.
That's why we commented. And those
I've
only,
been telling you for a month.
Yeah.
He's been in the preseason.
and I said the thing about that play, that made him work harder because it was going to be even cleaner if he hadn't had to deal. I mean, that led to one of their 2 runs.
77 pitch complete game.
77. Okay, I didn't know what number. See, I didn't ask you what number you had on him.
Low pitch count.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's simply because he's around the plate, and the strength of our defense is the infield, and got a lot of ground balls and a few runners they had. Able to make a lot of good plays, turn a couple double plays. Really good baseball for still being in our second ball game.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that kind of thing. We had a couple of kind of crazy things on the base paths where we got guys tagged out on the base paths, and the latter one that I'm thinking of, it appeared to maybe be a double steal, but somebody was doing it like a delay. So I said, I don't think, although with the score the way it was, we could have been practicing a situation, but I said, I don't think it was that. I think
the truth is, early in the year, we do a lot of things to try to prepare the guys for how we want to play.
Okay, well,
that was the case where he's got the green light to go to third, and Josh got a great jump, and the trail runner just got to read it and get the jump.
Yeah,
he didn't. So I'll give their catcher some credit for picking that up. He saw he didn't have a shot at third. But we had some other really good base running. We did get a couple of rundowns, but like Trent read the one and was able to score. So we did a good job. And the thing is, all of our base running early, trying to just impress upon the guys to be aggressive, to be at a point that you're going to get thrown outside, especially the first half of the year, and get a feel for what you're capable of, what the opponent's capable of. And we can live with that, you know. And then as the season rolls along, you get more experience, you'll be able to make better decisions. So, no problem. I like the aggression.
Yeah, I think we had 2 runs where outs were actually men on bases other places, but we went ahead and scored. Yeah, very good. Well, we mentioned that, and I think you've got some good legs out there. I mean, I look at 8 and 9, and I said down the bottom of the order, it's really nice to have guys that can run like that down at the bottom of the order, bunt a little bit too.
And we never did really hit the ball tonight like we should have, maybe off the pitching we saw, but had good extended at bats. Got all those early runs by getting deep in the count, got some walks, put some balls in play with 2 strikes. They made a couple of mistakes. We move a ball at a key time, and I think Josh finally get a good ball there late, and I think Nathan had one good one. But it's also good. It gives the guys confidence that even when we're not swinging the bat very well, that we can score some runs, and they did that. And I'd love to point out number 9 hole and Carson Scott, freshman in his second game. Had 7 or 8 foul balls probably at least, and then gets the single.
Got a hit, yep.
He tends to put the ball in play, and he runs well, and get with him and Will down at the bottom of the order, and then Trent and Kate at the top. Once they get swinging, gives some good production.
Well, 11 hits, like you said, we didn't kill the ball. The thing that surprised me, the wind was blowing out tonight, and I know you guys noticed how shallow their outfield was playing. I said, we're not really noted for playing deep, but we were playing deep compared to the Dryersburg Ball Club, and I kept thinking, well, we're going to get one certainly over that left fielder's head. Didn't quite happen, but hey, 11 base hits.
Yeah, well, I see we have 12. Actually,
okay.
And I see 4 from the 8 and 9. So that's fantastic. And
I know where that 12th one is. We talked about that. We didn't have a real good look at that one play. I think was.
This time of the year, just getting on the field down here is outstanding. Warm weather. We're fortunate with the storms that went through. Kudos to this outfit here to get this thing ready and get us on the field. And, big for Caden to give us that complete game. It sets us up pretty good. We've got to win our other 2 full games, but it puts us in a good place with our pitching, not having to use a bunch today, and just keep moving forward.
You didn't give me the freedom to do it, but I went ahead and kind of mentioned the fact how important it was for Caden to set us up in this thing as far as the total, not just for this one ball game, but for the total tournament. If he goes out and can't get going out there, and you have to make a change real quick. It changes I think changes your plan a little bit.
Yeah, for for sure, and we'll talk it over tonight and see what we want to do there. But, definitely want to get to Saturday with an undefeated record. That's what it's each game one at a time. It's kind of neat for Caden, again, just known for his big stick throughout his career, and I give him a lot of credit because, he didn't have a very good year, the little bit he got on the mound, but he's done bullpens faithfully for 4 years. And, it's been easy as seniors say, hey, I'm just going to hit this year for the team, drive in runs. And he is adamant about wanting to work all winter on his pitching and wanted to be a part of the rotation. He proved it tonight, and obviously going to get another opportunity based on what he did today.
Well, tomorrow we're back noon, and going to play a team out of Illinois tomorrow noon, and then after that win, we're going to play again about 2:30. It looks
I
like.
think the weather's supposed to keep getting better, a little cooler tomorrow, but dry.
Yeah, I think 62 I saw, but what weather
60.
forecasts are worth. But
Waukegan, there's school over 4,000 after 4 grades. Pike was over 4,000. That's our second game in 3 playing schools over 4,000, so we enjoy that. But we'll have our hands full. Have to come out and just continue to get better.
yeah, hopefully play 2 on Saturday then, and I won't say it's awkward, but it's going to rush things right back and playing Monday at West Lafayette. You guys, I don't know. I don't think you've got an argument about the new pitching rules particularly, but it certainly changes things, and you got a schedule like this, bang, bang, bang.
Really game plan ahead, kind of have what's your point you're going to go with a particular pitcher, and then once you get to a point, you're definitely going.
Yeah.
And that's the way we were with Caden. Once he got the point, his pitch count was so low. Say, let's let him finish this if he can, and that's good. So, but I think we're sitting pretty good right now.
Yeah.
The depth, everybody does what they can.
Yeah, I mentioned, I don't know how many guys you got actually penciled in as potential starters, but I know it's quite a few that could happen, and that's the name of the game.
We appreciate you guys doing this.
Okay, well, I said we broke in a new one. I've had a lot of great partners, all do a good job, but Mike Schubert tonight, of course, he'd done some, I think, girls basketball, maybe with the web and first baseball, so he's broke in.
There's some others, but not anymore, that have seen more Crawfordsville athletics, Crawfordsville baseball in the last 10, 15 years for sure, 20, 30 years.
Well, I tell you what, you're right, Mike.
Had a lot of grandsons come through here.
I noted Mike. I credit him with the great fanship that he had probably longer than that, John, and then helping out.
I've only been here 36. So.
Yeah. Well, I didn't step on the diamond at Crawfordsville until 54. So, it's time to look for tomorrow. We got to get these kids home, and we're going to go eat and get a snack or something. And
we're actually good point here. They moved our first game tomorrow, 10 a.m. Just a little change. They bumped the team.
That's 10 a.m. down here, which is 11 o'clock at home. All right, there it is. 11 o'clock tomorrow, and we'll make sure somebody else knows that. Thank you, John Forge. Winning coach once again. He is just getting a little bit accustomed to being on the winning side. Anyway, 2-0 on this early Athenian season as the Athenians win it here tonight and move on tomorrow. And the new starting time tomorrow, 11 o'clock Crawfordsville time. And I'm assuming the second game tomorrow will follow that pretty much immediately. We'll let you know on that. So, for the rest of the crew, this is Dan Walder saying good night from for Crawfordsville Baseball and from Union City, Tennessee. See you tomorrow.